You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, we have got another juicy leak from our inside source at the Peacock Soap. And this time it's about Brady Black and Sarah Horton steaming up the cold nights in Salem as they hit the sheets and try to forget all their troubles, and they launch a new relationship. We've also got info on whether Brady and Sarah's new love will last and the timeline on their relationship from our leaker, and also how Xander reacts to this huge change. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we've got a lot to unpack in this latest leak, so hit subscribe and let's get after it. So with Brady devastated about Rachel being in Bayview for an open-ended long-term stay, he needs comfort. And Sarah and Xander inked their divorce docs recently, even though the ink isn't dry and it's not completely official. It's about to be. Nothing's going to get in the way of that. They will be legally done. So we also know from the winter promo that Sarah and Brady kiss, and Xander knows about it, and he tries to fire his nephew. He tells him he's fired, and that sends Maggie into a fit of disgusted rage. So I think she might make him unfire Brady. We'll see. But now, thanks to our leaker, we know lots more juicy details about the new Sadie romance. That's the smush name that they've settled on for Sarah and Brady. So the time is ripe for Sarah and Brady to turn to each other, especially now that Maggie invited Brady to move into the Kiriakis mansion. As his sober coach, Maggie wants to make sure Brady doesn't fall off the wagon because his life is falling apart around him. And when he reassured Sarah that even though he knows Kristen sacrificed her freedom to protect Rachel, that hasn't changed anything about his feelings for her. Brady said he is not interested in being involved with Kristen romantically, and Sarah looked pretty pleased to hear that. So my latest intel from the leaker indicates that Paul Telfer and Linsey Godfrey aren't totally pleased that Sarah and Xander got a short-term reunion only to see them blown totally apart and landing in divorce court. Technically not in court. They divorced out of court, but you know what I mean. So we've got Sarah and Brady both going through things, and Sarah is feeling guilt about what's going on with Rachel, that the baby swap and the kidnap ordeal somehow affected her, when really I blame what's going on with the kid totally on Kristen's criminally crazy genes. What the leaker says is that starting now, we're going to have Sarah and Brady getting hot and heavy, heading into a full-blown relationship. Sarah and Brady start sleeping together, and they're involved. It seems like love, but it's on a very short timeline. It's only going to last until late April or early May, which is right into May Sweeps 2026 when we get this breakup of Sadie. So meanwhile, Xander's going to come unhinged once he knows that Sarah is in Brady's bed and that they are in a relationship, and that could leave Xander down a path he may regret. You know, he's a very jealous guy. He doesn't act rationally. When Sarah begins to move on, he never acts rationally where she's concerned. And the tipping point for Sarah and Brady comes in May Sweeps 2026, because these are all episodes, by the way, that they've taped. They are already into summer of 2026 filming right now. So that's when Brady proposes to Sarah, but that's the tipping point. So once Brady asks her to marry him, Sarah realizes, oh no, I can't do this. She can't bring herself to marry him, according to our leaker. And when Brady proposes, that makes it clear to Sarah that she just does not see herself living the rest of her life with Brady. The bottom line is Xander is Sarah's person, for better or worse, not Brady. And after Sarah rejects Brady's marriage proposal, they're going to call it quits, and she and Xander will get on a very slow road to reuniting. very slow. It's going to start with couples therapy not long after Sarah rejects Brady, breaks his heart, and they call it off and walk away from each other. So true love will prevail in this case, but it's going to take a long time to manifest. Those of you who are Team Zara, which I'm one of, will be rooting for Xander and Sarah to get back together. But reportedly, according to the leak, we may not get a true reunion, happily ever after style, until September or October of 2026. So we're talking 10 months from now. All right, check back soon because we have even more information from this latest leak. So we'll deliver another installment from our behind the scenes source at Days of Our Lives very soon. Check back for that.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.